Hey, so this is a collab. This collab is hosted by Joan at Joan's Pointed Plate, and it is called Souptember. Everyone in this collab is doing a soup in the crock pot, so I'm excited to get a bunch of new recipes. Thank you so much, Joan, for hosting this collab and inviting me to participate. There is lots of YouTubers participating in this collab, so definitely go check them all out after you've watched my video. And I am doing creamy chicken tortilla soup. I found this recipe on HomeWithHailey. She's done this recipe a couple times on her channel, and so I will link her video down below. But this was the soup that I instantly thought of when Joan had invited me to this collab. I thought, this is a soup that I want to do. It's delicious. I love it. I make it with the third less fat cream cheese, but I really like it if it's with the regular cream cheese. But third less fat is lower points, and it's still good that way. So anyway, let me show you the ingredients and we'll get started. Okay, so this is everything that you'll need for this yummy recipe. So I have 1 pound of chicken. I take the little freezer bags and I freeze a piece at a time, so it's portioned a little bit, but this is actually one pound of chicken, just this one piece. So 1 pound of chicken, a can of black beans, a can of rotel, a can of whole kernel corn, chicken broth. I'm just going to use chicken bouillon and then just add some water. It says 1 can of chicken broth, so I think I'm just going to do like 1 or 2 cups. Block of 8 ounces of cream cheese. I have the 1/3 less fat, and a jar of salsa, and then a packet of taco seasoning and a packet of ranch seasoning. And I have the containers, so I do 1/4 cup of the taco seasoning as a packet, and then 3 tablespoons of the ranch seasoning as a packet. So that is everything, and this is just dump and go. So I'm just going to throw everything in the crock pot, and then I'll show you when I have that done. Okay, so I just want to show you, I just put the whole piece of chicken in there. So if you have more than 1 piece, you just lay them in there. Don't need to cut them up because we're going to shred it after it cooks. And then I did want to show you that I drained and rinsed the black beans, and then I just drained the corn. Okay, so that is everything in there. I use the rotel can and the salsa jar to rinse out and put my water in there, and I put the chicken bouillon in there, and as you can see, I kind of like cover the cream cheese. It seems like it has a hard time, I don't know, melting or breaking up. So, but I found that when I take the chicken out, if I stir it all together, use a whisk and kind of like mix it, and then put my chicken back in after I shred it and let it cook for like, I don't know, like a half hour more, it seems to blend together better. So, but anyway, I'm going to cook this for 8 hours on low, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have a couple hours left on the crock pot. So this is what it's looking like now. I want to use the whisk, and so the chicken, I think, is actually done, and then this is the cream cheese, and you can see how I'm doing that. So I'm going to take the chicken out and see if I can shred it. I think that will probably be fine to shred, so I'm just going to shred it with a couple forks, and then I'll put that back in there and show you that. Okay, so this is the chicken shredded up. As you can see, I do the large chunks when I shred it up, and then I'll dump it in here, and then I'll use the whisk and then just whisk this around. Hopefully this will blend in better. I think what I'm trying to remember, oh, and by the way, the house smells really good with this soup, but I just whisk it up like that and combine it, and then I continue to let it cook at least for another half hour, but we'll see how the cream cheese does in a half hour. I'll be back. Okay, so it's been a little bit more than a half hour. Let's see how this is doing when I whisk it up. See how it has all those little white specks in it? It's still good even if that's in it, but I like to try to get as many of those out as I can. So, all right, I'm gonna whisk it up a little bit more with the camera off, and then I'll be back. Okay, so it's looking better, but it still has some of those specks, so I'm just gonna leave it for a little bit longer. Let the crock pot stay on low. I'll be back. Okay, so here it is. It's like 20 minutes later. It still has the white specks in it, but I'm going to dish out a serving of it and show you. Okay, so here is a serving all dished out. This is a 1.5 cup serving for 4 points on the Momentum plan. That is the plan that I am doing, and this was made with the 1/3 less fat cream cheese. I prefer it with the regular cream cheese, but it's obviously less points with the low-fat cream cheese. So yeah, 4 points for this nice big bowl of creamy chicken tortilla soup. You can do toppings, shredded cheese, sour cream, nacho chips on the side, black olives, tomatoes. Any of those things would be really good toppings for this soup. Okay, let me turn the camera around. Yeah, so that is the soup. I absolutely love that soup. I get a lot of good recipes off HomeWithHailey's channel. So like I said, I will link her video down below. I think she's done it on her channel a couple times, but I'll link one of the videos down below. And I'll have the recipe down below in the description box. And yeah, thank you so much, Joan, for inviting me to participate in this collab. And you definitely want to go check out all the other channels. I'll have them in the description box below as well, and definitely go check them all out. Yeah, so that's a great soup. I love that soup. Like I said, having nacho chips on the side, or definitely nacho chips. I usually always have nacho chips on the side with it, but you can sprinkle some shredded cheese on it, sour cream, black olives, diced up tomatoes is good on it. So yeah, it's kind of like a taco soup. With cream cheese, and I usually put ground beef in my taco soup, so it's a little bit different with the chicken, but I just love it. I love it. So it's really, really good. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.